Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Psychic Medium Angela, portrait psychic artist. Angela, how you doing? Hello, Joanne Stewart, a little twisted. How you doing, Angela?
Doing great. Our weather has gotten warm again. Interestingly
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, what the frig, woman? I just don't get it.
I
No.
know. It's just like we're suddenly in spring.
Mamma mia, it just says it's hot to happen to everybody. I don't know. But yeah, I know. Welcome, everybody, to another edition. So everybody's wanting an update. So we're trying to finish negotiations on the streaming network. So hopefully tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have it wrapped up. So now everybody's excited with the Bigfoot Outlaw network. So yeah, we're getting there. So yes. So hello, Lori. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you, Lori Bragg. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're nice and warm this evening. And a little bit warm on the outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. So yeah. So what's going on with you, Angela?
Oh, I've had an increase in paranormal phenomena at my house, and with auditory phenomena. So my clear audience is just exponentially increased, and I'm hearing people coming through in German and in Russian. And even without any devices or paravox on, they're speaking out loud. Russian, German, French, and I had a German voice I didn't recognize. He said a German word for miss, like I miss you, in that context. Like I miss you, but we just said the verb for it, miss. So, I got direct intelligence responses in Russian. So I asked in Russian, were you a Russian that fought in World War II? Of course, I got a direct response, "Нет," which is Russian for no. So I know he's not from the Soviet, but not from the World War II area. So he may be Cold War era later on. I have to ask him more questions. I know that I remember that there is often paranormal activity increasing or on or after immediately after earthquakes as well. So I'm interested if they're out in California, if that is in fact stirring up paranormal activity, especially with the earthquake and then also the aftershocks. Because I remember the New Zealand quake, when they had the quake out there, that was a major quake. There was a number of paranormal activity that people were reporting. And Japan, after the tsunami, people were saying they were seeing spirits. And some of them looked so real that they thought they were flesh and blood people. For example, one taxi driver in Japan said that he had a woman get in the back of his car, it's a taxi, and she told him where she needed to go. He started to drive, and she said something to the effect that she knew she was dead, and she was killed in the tsunami, and she was just trying to get back to her family, and she just disappeared.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're talking, and you want a rune reading from Angela, put your name in the pot, and I will put you to the side as we're having our little discussion. And I may rivet on Angela's reading, but Angela's always so spot on. It's like every time I do a reading, she vouches the same thing, and so I just sit back and let her do her thing. So yeah, it's all about Angela, and so that's fascinating. So yeah, anytime we have natural disasters events, we always see an increase, and a little twisted. As just mentioned a second ago, it must be a Mercury retrograde because she has a high activity in her house lately.
And yes, and Jupiter is very visible in the sky.
It is right now.
Yeah, it's very bright in the sky. Depending on where,
really
where area of the country is what direction the sky is going to be in. But I love looking at Jupiter. It's just so beautiful. a planet to see in the sky, and it just looks so amazing. It looks almost gold. It's so beautiful. And through I've used a spotting scope on a long time ago, and just looking at Jupiter when it was, close enough where you see more in the sky where it's brighter. It's about this time of year, and I noticed some flashes around Jupiter's moons that were really interesting to watch. And Jupiter's moons are the most fascinating bodies in the universe. They're all different materials, they're all different colors, they're all different temperatures and sizes, and they all are so unique, and they all have the potentially to have at least microbiotic life on them. At least people think they do, because Jupiter has moons are just so unusual.
Yeah, it really is. It's fascinating. It really is. It reminds me of some of the places we were talking about Dachau in some of the concentration camps over in Germany, and how the increased activity, people that are empaths or people with abilities are starting to see spirit and having feelings. So, Standing Stones, be careful on the way home. Hopefully, you got good weather. But it's just interesting to see that the increased activity is everywhere. It's not just one
Yeah,
location.
it is increasing dramatically. And in my past life as Frank Hoff, World War II OSS operative, there's more spirits that are coming forward to me. And there's one spirit who, when I was Frank Hoff at that time, when the first people that it was assigned to help defect was a surgeon in the hospital, and the surgeon had intel that the hospital was being told to put to death or let die, either surgically or medically, those people the Nazis determined as unfit for life. So that would be your elderly people, the disabled, and so forth. And I was horrified at that as Frank Hoff. And I had to sneak in past security, hoping that I wouldn't get caught, and talk to him. And when I got to him and I asked him about potentially defecting to the Allies, this surgeon said to me, "It's too late. I've already killed too many people." And he would not defect, but he didn't bring me in either. And he has been coming through very loud and clear, speaking to me both in German and English, and I recognize his voice. And he's even appeared to me in a dream, and he's given me the worst. I've had the worst nightmares when he's in my dreams. Although he's well-meaning, he just wants. He's just overwhelmed with the guilt. He still had the opportunity to defect even after he was responsible for those deaths, but he just is overwhelmed with the guilt with the decisions that he made to go along with those orders, as opposed to resisting those orders. And he was a brilliant surgeon. He had the full intention of helping people, and that's what he got into medicine for. And the Nazis turned that all around on him.
That's interesting. At 10 minutes and 2 seconds, I don't know if it was a piece of dust or an orb that flew in front of your face and over your head. 10 minutes and 2 seconds into the show.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go back and watch that, or anybody that's watching it, they can go back and validate that. 10 minutes and 2 seconds. I marked it. I don't know if that was dust or an orb. So anybody want to validate it? So
yeah, there's somebody probably acknowledging, past life. And I have so many spirit friends around me and they call me Frank. I'm called Frank Hoff by them so much, even in my dreams and even clairaudiently and through all my devices, that I'm so used to hearing that name. I'm like, when a spirit comes through and says Angela, I'm shocked. That's how many people from that past life that are still with me and still speak with me, and still it's all constantly reminding me and giving me reminding me things that I have forgotten in that life, and they keep bringing it back because it was important to them and to me, the impact of that life. You don't think as a time when you're just a soldier. You're just a soldier in the OSS. You're just one soldier of a bunch of guys that got killed in the war. but you don't realize the impact your life had in that time. And because Frank and his friends, with liberating 4 labor camps. You imagine how many lives that were saved liberating 4 camps.
Yeah, it had to be a lot. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the show. Hopefully you're doing good this evening. So glad you made it. All right. Let's see. Lori is up on the chopping block. She's like, Grizzly, chopping block? What?
On the rude block.
I know, Lori. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
Okay, so Lori, let's do a rune reading for you. So the first rune I got for you, this is right though. So right though is right action. And this is the solar wheel of Odin's chariot going across the sky. What I'm getting off of this, this rune is telling me that you recently was going back and forth on a decision. Now that you've made that decision, that you're being reassured that you made the correct decision. You chose the right decision, the right one. That's the correct choice for you, and have confidence in it because it was in fact the best choice. The next rune I got for you, this is the rune, it's kind of hard to see here. This is Yara. So this is the rune that we get the word year from, and it means harvest and also means 1 year. I got that you're going to reap quite a bit of benefit or reward from the decision that you just made. So the decision that you made, I feel like you're more satisfied after this. The results of this decision comes to fruition. You're going to feel more satisfied that you not only made the correct decision, but you also have improvement in life. It feels like life feels a little bit more relaxed, a little more freer, and you have more involvement. It's more satisfying. It's more uplifting for you than it was before. And it turns out to be a very positive change. And the next rune I got for you, this is Algies. So Algies is the rune of sanctuary, protection. And I got there's a sense of rest. It feels like after you made this decision and you receive the harvest of the good results from it, it feels like to me that you're going to be planning a vacation that you've been putting off and you finally get to have after a long time and for many years not getting a chance to have one, that you finally get to make the trip that you always wanted to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when I see sandy beaches and oceans, it tells me that you also need to take some more time for yourself. And it also talks about what Angela is implying about vacation. Also, you need to learn how to meditate and spend some time healing yourself from some of the stuff that you've been going through lately, especially through your daily task. And try not to take things personally. And it's not what you're doing, but how things you're doing that are affecting you that shouldn't affect you. So, yeah, nice. So hopefully that brings you peace. Rebecca, I'm glad that I'm not in a hurricane I thought she said or tomatoes. I was like, what are you talking about? Tomatoes? It's tornadoes. I was like, tomatoes.
Oh, I got a funny story about that. When I was a kid, there was another kid that got potato. He would get potato and tornado confused together. So
wait a minute, potato and tornado. That's a.
But as a kid, he would get those words mixed up. I don't know why, but as a kid, he would. So,
well, Lori, I'm not scared of potatoes either. Potatoes. Now she's got me saying tomatoes either. Lori says, "Thank you, guys are spot on. And you got good energy, Lori. You got very good energy. Thank you." So yeah, I can't believe you got me say potatoes instead of tomatoes.
Tomatoes, potatoes, tornadoes.
Oh Lord, yeah. I had a question for you, but tomatoes, potatoes, potatoes, and tomatoes. I don't know why I just said that. Lori, we don't get tomatoes on a regular basis in New England. Now it's a regular season for me. One took down the horse barn behind my house, and we're fixing it. We're living in Florida. Wow.
Yeah, the tornadoes. I know here in Ohio, more towards Columbus and Cincinnati, where the ground is more flat, you do see more tornadoes. But recently we had a tornado, I guess it was just last year. And according to the radar, it was right on the lake. And you know how close we are to the lake. I mean, the lake is just down the road from us. And it showed on the weather radar that circulation, that tornado was right on the lake, and it was following the lake. And it just dissipated right when it got to the end of the lake. So we're very fortunate that we didn't get damaged, but we did get quite a bit of damage to the point that the roof was all over the place, and we had to have the roof replaced. We had that siding replaced. There was, and of course, we had some landscaping damage, but it could have been worse, and I'm glad it just wasn't worse.
Yeah, that's terrible. Grizzly is trying to get you to brag, Lori. Brag. What? I don't need no brownie points, girl. Come on, shut the front door. What are you talking about? What you be talking about, Willis? You remember who said that?
What you talking about? Yeah, that was from a movie.
Arnold. What you talking about, Willis? You don't remember Arnold? Wasn't it Arnold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I've got so many movie quotes, but I can't match them with the movies anymore, except for
they're getting so old. It's, what was the name of that show?
Somebody made me feel so old the other day, and they talk about the movie Ghost. Now they liked it, and they said it's a really, 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 really old movie, and I'm like, that's 1980s.
Was it really 1980s?
It was the 1980s. It was a 1980s movie.
Yeah, with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yep, and oh my gosh, that was a good movie. It was a good movie all the way through it. That was a good story. Anyway, that there's some new ones coming out.
Somebody tell me what's the name of that show with Arnold on it? We talking about Willis.
I don't remember myself.
Nobody in here knows the name of that show. It ain't Good Times. That was Dynamite. That was JJ. Then Beans Don't Burn on the Kitchen.
That
was Jefferson's.
No, was it the guy that had the
his member? The sister was Natalie.
Yeah. Yeah. That was It was with the school, right? The preparatory school, and all the ladies.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Different Strokes." Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing Stones is driving. Different Strokes. That's right, Cindy and Standing Stones. Mm-hmm. Standing Stones has always been my go-to guy. He's like my Alexa. Hey, Standing Stones. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dynamite. Hey, I don't remember. And then, yeah, Different Strokes. And then remember, Fat Albert.
I like Taxi. I like that TV show. That was a really good TV show. I like Taxi.
Oh my God. My mom and dad wore mine out on Taxi. Oh my God, Danny DeVito.
Sanford and Son. That was.
Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth.
I'm coming.
I know it, right? And Esther.
Oh my
Fred. God. I'm going to just let you have it, Fred. Facts of Life. That's another
Facts of Life.
Grizzly Adams. Man, y'all going way old school.
I know, it's a little house.
Elizabeth, Lori says. Rebecca says, why do I know that Standing Stones will know it? Because Standing Stone, man, he's a walking encyclopedia. I might as well call her Wikipedia. Come and get me, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yeah, amen. That's right.
Come and get me, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bill Cosby. I never forget when Bill Cosby first came on TV. I went in the kitchen, like, Mom and Dad. They're like, what? I'm like, something's wrong. They're like, what? I'm like, there's black people on TV. Angela froze. That was the first African American sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
So Angela just froze. She's like, what the hell are you going with this, Grizzly? Mary's on the couch is like, what the hell?
I always thought that with the Jeffersons, it was kind of like the first, but I mean, the Jeffersons was a good one as well. I liked watching the Jeffersons.
Oh, I love the Jeffersons. I did.
And sometimes they go and sometimes the different sitcoms will meet. They'll be since you're on
Three's Company, Morks and Mindy.
Yeah. Oh, Mork and Mindy. Oh my gosh, that's go way back.
Nanu.
Mary Tyler Moore Show. I used to watch that.
Hey, here you go. So, Stanley Stone said, I pulled over. What the hell did you pull over for? He's probably. Oh, Lord, Stanley Stone was pulled over for a reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to color the gray out. I don't know when I'm going to let it all go gray or white, but I'm still coloring white.
Oh, what was Fontenay? The RC bottles. Remember the
Royal Cola.
He wore his leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Fontenay. Hey.
Fonzie.
Yeah. What was that one?
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Yeah.
I actually got to meet Terry Davis. She, it was her. I think it was her mother worked, or I think she. Yes, I remember. Like her mother was the director or writer or something for Happy Days, and then she was one of the first African American women in television as far as behind the scenes.
And then stopped laughing so hard he went into the woods. Hey, what about this one? Kiss My Grits, Mel.
Oh, Mel Steiner, and then MASH. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I watched Star Trek too, the original series.
I can't do it.
I can do it.
Oh my God.
I can do it with both hands.
I can't do it, see? Oh my Lord. Hey, Terry. What do you say there, Mr. Terry? I've been paying Terry a visit almost every night on his TV show. I'm glad he dropped in. Hello, Terry.
Has anybody noticed some paranormal activity at their home since there's been earthquakes and we've got hit by cosmic rays? The whole planet was hit by cosmic rays.
Is that what's wrong with Mary?
Well, it's just to cause mutations. So is Mary going to sprout?
She just got that. She just got that. She looked at me and was like, what the hell, Grizzly?
We were going through some sort of meteor field or some kind that's it's bombarding the Earth. So you're seeing new meteor activity as well. That may be plus solar activity seems to correlate with paranormal activity.
And Terry, the greatest American hero. Remember him?
Oh, that was awesome. That was an awesome show.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. It was a good show. And I miss Chips too. I watched Chips.
Oh, you just like the guys in the tight pants. Angel, look at Angela Blush. Oh my God. I can't believe Angela Blush. Little Twist is like, oh yes. That's hell.
All right. Anybody want some readings?
How do we get on this subject? What the hell?
Because we're almost like 9:30 and we're like, we haven't done one reading and we're talking about TV shows.
I know. Can Angela address what? I must have missed it. Let me go back.
What do you want me to address?
Okay, here we go. On a serious note from Lori Gibbs. I can't say it without laughing. All right. Okay. So I have some activity. Still getting visitation from a guy in my mirror. What? Lori, what are you doing? He walks across the dining room floor. Have you even playing with Ouija boards? Lori.
Okay. Well,
All right,
spirits
Cindy, I got you next.
can use mirrors as a portal as well. I've had them come through
Yes.
mirrors before, and I've had to bless a mirror and seal that door. But this male that's coming through,
Oh, he died. It was a former owner. He died of cancer without meds.
yeah,
Wow.
and
Well,
he
former owners that habitate the house, if he was the original owner that had it built, what do we usually see in that? They loved it and they don't want to leave it.
plus they may be comforted by you taking care of the house that they
That is
once
correct.
owned. And I know in the case of the Anchorage Mansion, where I go to every other month, the Putmans, the spirits of the Putmans, and also Sophie, who was the last owner of the place before it was turned to a nursing home. And then the nursing home left the Anchorage to the Historic Society. The Putmans greatly appreciate the spirits there. They greatly appreciate it being restored because the nursing home was tore it up and was ready to leave it rot, and did leave it rot for a while until they took it over and they started restoring it, and they greatly appreciate it. So that this former owner, I feel like he is looking for comfort, but he's also comforted by the fact that you're taking care of his place. He's not seeing it go to waste. He's seeing that you're taking good care of it. I also feel like he's hesitant. He's hesitant about facing his family on the other side. He's a little hesitant there. And I think there are things that were left unsaid that he feels like he hasn't finished, and he's afraid he's going to face some sort of confrontation or consequences for it. And I assure him that over there, people go through their lessons and they embrace love, and he doesn't have to be so concerned about that. It's a much more peaceful transition than what he's thinking it was, because it just feels like him and his family didn't quite finish to the terms that they wanted it to come to. In other words, it just seems like there was some sort of disconnect there.
Okay, that makes so. Lori says, yes, he had DOC sent to home. Children and grandchildren took for him and used. Yeah. So, Lori, did you make changes to the house in the last 17 months? Like decor, paint? Just curious. I've seen that you changed something in the house. So,
you can reassure him that
painting.
Yeah, okay.
So,
and you can definitely reassure him that he's free to reconnect with any family members, because those family members have already forgiven him, and they're waiting to hold him. They want him to come over and be reunited with them. They want him to cross over. And once he's crossed over, and he's free to come back and visit. Crossing over doesn't mean he's going to stay on the other side. He's welcome to visit and his family and visit you as much as he wants to.
But she did say that she had painted and added jacuzzi. For some reason, Angela, I don't think he likes the color, and he doesn't understand why there's a bathtub at his house. So he just wakes me, He's trying to. It seems like he's trying to give her a message.
Yeah.
So, hello, Patricia. Welcome to the show. Standing Stones, Angela. When she watch Chips, would she say that's Billy Club in your Standing Stones? Standing Stones. I almost read that out loud. Lori, don't tempt me. I'll call.
I did send you that little video of the hamster and the law enforcement officer pulling over the guy. right? And then
Angela, our famous psychic medium, numerologist, Julian Michael, like a reading, numerology guy.
Okay, absolutely. And there are numbers associated with the runes as well. So let me pull this case. So Julian Michael, let me pull a rune for you. So the very first rune I get is Ewas. So Ewas is journey. When I see Ewas, it's also partnership. This can also be like a journey you're planning, or journey of life. And I feel like this journey, I keep hearing the sun, like a journey of the sun. It feels like it's very solar focused. Journey of the sun. I'm being told this over and over again. Journey of the sun. It feels like to me that you're following light, like you're literally following the sun. It's like some sort. I'm seeing a lot of solar imagery around you. I see like the sun depicted in many different ways around you. And let me take a look here. It seems like you may be following something.
At 3333, you had an orb zigzag around your face and fly off to your right. 3333.
Okay, I have to go back and look at that. Yeah, I do have a lot of activity here. And the next rune I got is a solar rune. This is Degas. This is the height of the sun and at its strongest power at the height of the day, like at noon when it's at the highest point in the sky. And it's usually illumination. And I feel like
3407 and went by again.
34. So I do have ladybugs flying around here too. But I'll look for orbs to see if they're glowing. So that this is a solar symbol. So I'm getting that journey of the sun. It almost seems like you're going into it. It's like a journey of light, and you are transitioning to this light or this higher vibration that is like all-encompassing illumination. Is what I'm being told here. The next rune. It's almost like you're crossing over to the light without having to leave your physical body. Is the kind of imagery that I'm seeing. Then the next rune I got is blank, but I'll pull in another rune just to see what we get here. So the final rune I get is Yara. So Yara is the rune of harvest. It's like reaching your goals. So I'm getting off of this, like you're in this period of illumination. And it seems to be all about the light, about reaching the light and becoming one with the light. And to the point where you are just channeling pure light. And you reap the reward from that, which is more like you giving up or giving over to the light and letting the light work through you. And you just have this clarity that comes through. That's just amazing.
I see that Julian is wanting his social media to pick up some. I do see that's going to probably be picking up between 3 and 5 months. So, and I see he's working on some stuff to better himself. So I'm really glad to see that. So yes, absolutely. And he's shaking his head yes right now. All right, next up, Cindy. Come on up, Cindy.
All right, Cindy. Let's see what we got here for you. I'm going to go ahead and use these other runes. All right, Cindy. Let's see what the runes.
He says light equals 29/11. Soul destiny, Julian Michael. That is correct.
Wow, because my number is 11 also. This is cool. So the rune I got for her, the very first rune. Oh, we're starting out with the same one as we did before. Ewas, and this is a completely different rune set. This is journey, usually journey with partnership. And I feel that journey with partnership, but it feels fun. It feels relaxed. And it feels like a very long journey, like it's already been a long journey. Like there's a lot of years behind you, and I'm being shown there's still a lot of years in front of you. I'm being told to reassure you that you still have many years in front of you as well. And I see a smooth road, so many smooth years ahead of you. That's what I'm being shown. And the next rune I have here is Ansus. So Ansus is wisdom, and particularly speaking wisdom, channeling wisdom. But the impression I get is that you almost have a clear, what they call clear cognizance, which is like a knowing or something that is right or wrong. You just know something. You just know it. I feel like you do have a lot of accumulated wisdom from experience that's more present than the clear cognizance. The impression is I get that you recognize the value of what you've learned in those lessons, and you recognize that it should not be wasted on people who would not value that, and to only share that wisdom that you acquired from experience in those lessons only for those who are open to it and who will actually value it. And I see you putting something together and writing on that, like some sort of book, or a media post or something that you do to help people learn what you've learned, and just passing along that wisdom that you acquired over time to younger people, to a younger audience, or to an audience where people are struggling and you're trying to help them to get through those times, by applying the wisdom that you learned through your own hard times to help them through the difficulties they have now. Okay, and then the next rune I got the blank rune again. Let's do another rune. Wunyo. So Wunyo is peace, joy, happiness, happy endings, happy beginnings. And I just got like happy endings. Like I just see happy ending, and it's actually I actually see it on like in a banner with rainbows all around it. So very, very happy future.
Interesting. Thank you. Shout out for Lori. Thank you, Lori, there, dear. All right, let's see who's next here. See, we got Cindy, Rebecca, Angela. Does the ghosts at the property where my mom and dad's home was bulldozed, do they miss her family? We had fun with them.
I still get a sense that he still visits the lot sometimes and remembers the times that he had fun there. And he's wondering where you went. And he's seeking permission to come to where you are now. So you can just reach out to heaven and just say, heaven, please let that spirit know that this is where I live now, and he's welcome to come here. Because he'd like to visit you. He thinks you're fun too. He says that your personalities were alike, and your sense of humor were very similar, and he kind of resonated with your sense of humor.
All right, Amy, I got you now. All right, next up, Patricia Bunn.
All right, Patricia, let's see what we have here. Okay, so the first rune I have for Patricia, this is Langu. So this is the rune of growth. And you've been through a lot of healing, and you're actually starting to see the benefits of that healing. You're seeing a lot of growth. I'm seeing a lot of progression. It feels like a lot of suffering has come to an end. The next rune I have is Yara. So Yara is the rune of harvest. It's 1 year. And I got off of this that you put in work into yourself, and that is paying off, and it's going to pay off also not only in the short term, but in the long term as well. And the next rune I have is Urus. So Urus is iron. It is also the drizzling rain. It is strength. And this rune is telling me that you've had a lot of resilience, and that you were called and tested to prove your resilience. You have come through. You succeeded. You're now in the healing phase, and that healing is actually speeding up to the point where you experience that wholeness, and you're not going to experience that suffering. It doesn't feel like anything from the past is going to come back to haunt you anymore.
Interesting. All right, next up, Amy. Angela, why does major disasters hit my family so much?
I'll ask the runes that. And just with your name, I'm actually feeling the image that I see. I actually see it's almost like a witch type character and like saying spells over your house. It's like that's the image I'm getting. I'm not saying that's not what's actually happening, but that's the image that I get. So we'll see what the runes say about that. So the first rune I get is Thorisos. So Thorisos means danger, and it can be caution. It means anything sharp. I'm getting from this, it feels like it actually, it feels like something that has gone way back. And I'm being told there was a feud, a family feud way back, and it was with another family. I'm trying to judge how many generations. This feels like anywhere between 8 and 10 generations back. There was some sort of feud involved. And there was that, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing is the energy, that feud, that negativity of that feud is still going on. Okay? Even though that you as a family are coherent, and I mean, together and harmonious, and the conflict in that feud, the anger, the resentment, the hatred in that family feud, and the betrayal, is that energy is still there. So the next rune I got is Berkana. So Berkana is female protection. It's usually the divine feminine. And I'm being told by this rune to call in the divine feminine because I feel like whatever this dispute was, it centered around a woman. There was a woman that was at the root of it. And it feels like an older woman. It feels like an elderly woman was somehow involved or created or stirred up tensions between these two families, and it blew up into this giant feud that it shouldn't have to. It was something minor to start, but this elderly woman just like to stir things up, like to stir the pot, and likes to lean back and see the results. It's like I'm getting that her spirit still hangs around you, and it still feels like she tries to get back at you, like as a family, and she shouldn't be there. So I'm being told by this rune that you would need to call on your female ancestors and ask for a female protector. And you can ask for the Blessed Mother of God, since this was a female who started it. A female would need to end it. Okay, so a female from the other side can come in and ask, offer her peace to either cross over, or she needs to leave you alone. Okay, I really feel like this is a female needs to step in and get this result. The next rune I got is Gabo. So Gabo is gift. Now I feel like this is going to be resolved. This this curse, or this negative woman, this spirit that's still around, is just trying to get back at you. And after this dispute, because she's upset you're doing so well, and that her plans of harm from the family are working as intended. Even though you've had a lot of setbacks, they're not as destructive as what she intended. But the Gabo was saying that this is going to be resolved. This is what this runes mean. This is gift. So I feel like that you should invite the divine feminine, so the Blessed Mother, and ask for your angels, and particularly women in the line, in their family line, who have passed on, to intercede and pray and deal with this woman and get her and do that ultimatum. Either you cross over or you leave us. Bottom line. And she has to respect that. You have to put those boundaries out there.
I want to give a shout out to Lori. Lori Gibbs here. And she says, I just want to say, I truly appreciate that if I say the name of Jesus, that no one makes fun of me. Well, Lori, here on our channel, no one will make fun of you in the name of Jesus, for the sake of Jesus, or if we pray in the name of Jesus, because our channel is spiritual. I do believe in God. I pray in the Word of God, for God. And everything I do spiritually, readings or whatnot, is through God and through God's will. and through the light, and only through the brightest light, and through goodness in the highest power. Our channel was founded on spirituality and the Word of God. So, no, nobody will ever make fun of you. We pray for people on our channel that need prayers, and we also pray for people for unspoken prayers. So,
Mm-hmm.
no, that is always welcome here. So, don't ever think that you're out of character.
Right, and I'm Roman Catholic, so and some people, Protestant and Catholics, they bring up that that they believe differently, but that there's room for all freedom of spiritual beliefs, and they're all welcome to be expressed here. Nobody's going to condemn you for a different spiritual belief than somebody else.
No, absolutely not. We help people. I don't know how many different religions there are, 440, but there's only one Jesus Christ that rose from the tomb. So think about that. And we don't blemish or think any different, whatever religion you do believe in, or higher power, or spiritual whatnot. We help anybody and everybody. So a little twisted nose and everything like that. But we are outspoken on that. But we don't shun anybody away for their beliefs or disbeliefs. As long as they're respectful on our channel, in our chat, something we ask.
Right. Exactly. And I have friends that are from many different belief systems, from pagan to the atheist to Catholic to Protestant to different types of religions, even Buddhism, and they're all my friends. We may believe differently, but we're all friends.
Lori, if you ever want to pray, pray for me. Pray for me to be a better man, a stronger leader, a stronger channel to bring more messages to cross the network to people, and to be a better leader in faith. I will never take anybody's deny anybody to pray for me. So always think about that. So yeah, I appreciate that. Welcome, Curtis. Nice to see you there, Chicken Man. So absolutely. What do you think about that, Angela? Another one in the books.
Yeah, great, and it's interesting. So, if you're having paranormal activity, now might be a good time to keep a little journal of the paranormal activity that you're experiencing and see if you notice a pattern. And
yeah,
since we've had that cosmic ray burst, I've gotten clear auditory paranormal experiences and some poltergeist-like activity, not as much poltergeist, but very strong auditory. So I am hearing a lot of voices around me, with and without the devices that I've used in paranormal investigations, and that's something that a lot of you may also be experiencing as well, with the changes within the earth that may be affecting how frequencies come through, especially when you have a magnetic field and you have frequencies that are bombarding the earth. Spirits uses frequencies.
Absolutely. Well, Angela, it's been a pleasure once again. It's always a pleasure with you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any unspoken prayers that you need to be prayed for, put it in the comments, prayer, and we'll make sure that we'll give you an unspoken prayer. And Angela, thank you again for a wonderful show. And from coast to coast, around the world, ladies and gentlemen, Godspeed, God bless, and good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
coming to a YouTube channel near you.